And I am really glad to see all of you, World House friends, Ehipasipo friends, and Nilambe friends, and friends of friends. We all need friends now more than any time in our life, especially spiritual friends who can feel our heart and who can feel our feelings, who can understand our feelings, and who can talk to our hearts, and who can help us to heal our heart. So, spiritual friends are like that. Even though they don't have a lot of philosophical or intellectual or theoretical knowledge, but their hearts are beautiful. Their hearts are flowering and blooming like flowers, and easier to contact them and connect to them, even though they are living far away from us physically. But dear friends, they are always living inside of our hearts, wherever we are. That's why we call them spiritual friends. And today, we are very fortunate to have this great and divine opportunity to have this meeting or gathering or connection. Maybe physically, we are living far away from each other, thousands of kilometers far away from each other, but doesn't matter. Always our hearts are interconnected, always. And when I was invited to this program, then very first thought which came to my mind is, ah, uh, it's a great service what we can do to the world. World means not only you and me. World is bigger than you and me. But we are the world. On one hand, we are part of the world, and on the other hand, we are the world. So whatever we are doing to ourselves, the same thing we are doing to the world. And whatever we are doing to the world, we are doing to ourselves same thing. Because the world and we are not two different things or two separate things. And what we try to understand by meditation is that we all are sons and daughters and sons of the nature. Of course, we are having parents, especially biologically biological parents, and we love them. Today we are here because of them. Therefore, we are always grateful for our parents to take care of ourselves. But dear friends, beyond that, we all are children of the nature. The nature is our father. The nature is our mother. Our original and absolute mother is the nature, the world, the universe, whatever. And our absolute father is the nature, or the world, or universe. But unfortunately, because of so many other involvements and engagements, we have forgotten our original nature. Simply, we forget that we are children of the nature. Actually, some some part of ourselves is not happy to think in that way. Only humans do not like to think in this way. All the animals know that they are children of the nature. And all the trees and plants and flowers and rivers and waterfalls, and even the great ocean, and all the stars know this, that they all are children of the nature. But unfortunately, humans do not like to think in this way because of the ego. That is called ego. We are using this word for many different times and for many different meanings, but this is one of the meanings, or one of the functions of the ego is that ego itself thinks that it is separated from the nature. The ego likes to think in that way. I am not a child of nature, and the nature is not my origin, my father or mother. And the ego goes one step more further, and the ego thinks the ego is the owner of nature. So whenever we are having these kinds of thoughts, we better to recognize them. We better to look at them as egoistic thinking. When we practice mindfulness or when we practice awareness, in that mindfulness practice, or when we practice satipatthana, we are learning to not to identify those thinking or those thoughts. That means we should not give our identity, our name and our signature and our address to those thoughts. We are not thinking in this way. The ego is thinking. The ego thinks the nature is something which we can control. The nature is something which we have to change. The nature is something belongs to us. So this is the way ego thinks. Therefore, dear friends, the ego is always trying to control the nature. The ego is always trying to change the nature. And the ego is always trying to overcome the nature. And the ego is always failed. Always failed. In the beginning, maybe the ego thinks it can win because the ego can get some pluses. But how the ego ends up this game? By losing everything. By losing everything. This can happen to our relationships between children and parents, between family members, between friends, between partners, between neighbors, between relatives, and between colleagues. Whenever the ego jumps into the middle of the relationship, then the relationship ends up with this point by losing everything. But the ego wants to gain everything. That's why the ego is going to control and change the nature. If the ego comes to one of the partner's mind, then he or she thinks that he or she can change the other person, others' behaviors. And if the ego comes to both of their minds, then everyone is trying to change the other person. Dear friends, this is happening always, especially in humans' lives. Maybe from the very beginning to the end, from birth to the death, fighting and fighting and fighting and trying to change this one and next one. First, we started this life by trying to change our parents as a child, and then we were trying to change other family members, our elder sisters, brothers, and younger sisters and brothers, and then other neighbors, friends, relatives, so and so, and still we are trying. Whenever the ego comes, it thinks it knows everything. It knows better than others. Therefore, it makes decisions for others. So, dear friends, because of this nature of ego, the ego is trying to change the nature, the universe. The ego thinks it is the boss. The ego is the boss. The ego is the owner of nature. And now we are facing to the outcomes of that egoistic behaviors. Not only once, the entire humans, the whole human society. So we had to re-establish the beautiful relationship with the nature once again. If we want to survive, if we want to live happily, peacefully, and healthy, we cannot buy those things. We cannot buy happiness, but ego thinks it can. We cannot buy peacefulness, but ego thinks it can buy. And even we cannot buy the healthiness, physical and mental healthiness. But ego thinks it can buy. So therefore, ego is going against the nature, going against the law of nature. Simply we say Dhamma. Dhamma, it's a Pali word, Dhamma. Dhamma means nature or law of nature. And by meditating, what we are doing? We are trying to understand the nature of the body, nature of the mind, nature of emotions, nature of our feelings, and nature of others. By understanding, we can accept it. Meditation can accept the nature, not the ego. And dear friends, today what we are trying to do in this program is opening ourselves to establish that beautiful relationship with the nature once again. This is the thing what we are trying to do in this today program. Because the nature is our parent, our mother and father. We cannot separate it. We cannot be separated. Whenever we think that we are separated from the nature, then we have to face to all kinds of disadvantages, loneliness, loneliness, and all kinds of sicknesses and conflicts and disappointments and sorrows. Meditation is something which makes this connection again. The meditation is a bridge, it is not a wall. Meditation is not a wall at all, dear friends. It is a bridge to connect to both ends, both banks. The ego doesn't like doesn't like any bridge. It always makes high and tall walls in between own self and others, in between two countries, in between two nations, in between two religions, even in between two people. Then ego thinks it is safe, but that is the most unsafe thing. Whenever you make a wall around you, and whenever you think that you are separated from others, you are a special person. That is the beginning of all kinds of problems and all kinds of conflicts. Therefore, we meditate, and when we meditate, what we are doing? We make connection with the body, with the mind, with our thoughts, with our emotions, with our feelings, and with our hearts. Connection. Not only that, we make connections with whatever we hear, with all the sounds, with all the sensations. When I say like that, dear friends, then you may have this question, we are already connected to our body and mind. Maybe, but attachment is one thing, connection is another thing. Usually we are attached to everything. We are attached to the body, to the mind, to our hearts, to feelings, to others, to positions, to places, to gadgets, to properties. We are attached, but really no connection. No connection. So meditation is helping us to detach from them, make detachment, and at the same time have a connection. Connection. Whenever we think or whenever we speak, about the universe, we always look up. We look up. We look at the sky. We look at the clouds. We look at stars and moons and all the other things, whatever which are above us. We think the universe is over there, above us. But the meditation tells us there is no universe. If you want to look at the universe, look at yourself. This is the thing what the meditation tells us. If you want to look at the universe, then look at yourself. If you want to understand the universe, then understand yourself. If you want to take care of the universe, then take care of yourself. By taking care of ourselves, we can take care of the nature. By taking care of the body, by taking care of the mind, and by taking care of the heart, we can take care of the entire universe. We can pay back to the nature by taking care of our body, our mind, and our hearts. There is no any other way to pay our gratitude towards the nature. By ignoring oneself, there is no way to respect to the nature. If you want to respect to the nature, please respect to yourself. Please respect your body. Please respect your mind. Please respect your heart. And please respect your duties and responsibilities. That is the only way to save the nature. So that is called metta. Metta. I think we all heard this Buddhist word, Pali word, metta. Metta means take care of oneself and take care of all living beings equally. But we have to start with our own self. If we completely ignore ourselves and we think we can take care of others, it doesn't happen. If you are a mother, or if you are a father, or if you are a partner, or what whomever, dear friends, you cannot take care of anyone if you do not know how to take care of yourself. Therefore, metta meditation or metta bhavana is teaching us and helping us and guiding us to respect to ourselves and to accept ourselves and take care of ourselves. Not as a duty or not as a responsibility or not because of a law or not because of any punishment. Because, dear friends, that is the original heart wish. And that is the only thing what the nature is expecting from you and me. Not to destroy ourselves, not to waste this valuable and golden and divine human time, not to waste, because each moment, every moment of our life is so divine and so valuable. Therefore, metta bhavana, metta meditation, or loving kindness meditation, or universal love, or unconditional love, or most of the times I am using this term heartfulness, or we can say love of nature. Love of nature is always protecting us wherever we are, whether we are alone, 100% alone and isolated. No one is there to take care of ourselves. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. When somebody is practicing metta, then the nature is caring himself or herself. The universe is taking care of that person. As a mother or father is taking care of his or her own child. But if we are not practicing metta, that means if we are thinking against the nature, if we hate the nature, if we want to destroy the nature, if we think that we are the owners of nature, then the result is different. It looks like we are hitting our head to a rock. When we beat to the rock with our head, then what happens? It hurts. It hurts our head. And then we think that rock hurts us. But actually, the rock doesn't hurt us. No rocks want to hurt anyone. And also, it looks like if we throw away something to the sky and it falls down to our head, not in that second, maybe after 10 seconds, maybe after 1 minute or couple of minutes, it again falls down to our head. So this is called karma. But the sky does not want to hurt anyone. No. But the sky also does not keep anything, whatever we throw up. The sky doesn't want to keep anything in the sky. No stones, whatever, even flowers, no. That's the nature of sky. It doesn't keep anything. The nature is not keeping anything. Whatever we do to the nature, it returns. It returns to us. So if we take care of ourselves, then we can take care of others. If we can take care of each other, then we can take care of the nature. And when we take care of the nature, then the nature is taking care of us. That is the best security and the best protection, which no one can give us, which we cannot buy, which we cannot borrow, and which we cannot ask from anybody. With this simple explanation, dear friends, I would like to invite all of you to practice meditation, metta meditation now. Let us practice metta bhavana. Let us try to plant the seed of universal love or seed of unconditional love or seed of the love of nature in our hearts and help it to cultivate inside of us. So, dear friends, please sit comfortably and relax your body. Make sure that your body is not in any pain. For this 45 minutes metta meditation. We are in different environments now. Maybe some of you are in cities, some of you are in countrysides, and some of you are with some of your family members or friends, and some of you are alone. And I am here alone in this place, and I am in Nilambe. You can see the nature behind me. So, and you can hear Nilambe nature sounds dropping water from the sky. time to time, you may hear birds. In between those sounds, can you hear silence? And you may love all these beautiful sounds and silence of Nilambe. Now slowly pay your attention on what you are hearing in your own environment. Maybe nothing, maybe some people's voices, maybe some natural nature sounds, maybe some city sounds, whatever. Please pay your full attention on them. At the same time, be aware on reactions or response towards the sound what you are hearing. What reaction, what emotion, what feeling, or what response comes from the mind. Can we accept all the sounds without resisting and without disliking and without rejecting? That is metta, the love of nature. It doesn't matter they are coming from where. All the sounds are coming from where. Doesn't matter because they are sounds of nature. And we are now meditating on the love of nature, the love of nature towards sounds of nature. What a beautiful connection. Let us now pay attention on our body, the sitting position, and let's see how we do feel our body. Maybe we attach to the bodies too much. Maybe we don't like this body. We hate this body. Let us be aware on those reactions or response towards our own body. That's the ego. Either attached to the body or hate the body. Instead of both, can we respect to the body? Can we really respect to this body? Because the body is our life time partner, lifetime partner. From the birth to death, can we feel our body as our lifetime partner? Let the body feel that we are friends. We are friends. Maybe this is the first time that our body feels this, that we are friends. Even we can say this to the body. I am your friend, my dear body. I am your friend. Therefore, I do take care of you. My dear body, I am friend of you. Therefore, I do take care of you as much as possible. Now slowly pay our attention to our mind, to our thoughts, to our feelings, and maybe emotions. They are wandering in everywhere, the mind and thoughts. They are wandering here and there, and feelings and emotions are also rising and passing away. The entire mind is like a child. Really, the entire mind is behaving as a child, immature child. Can we see all of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, including the mind, as a child, as a kid? The mind itself doesn't know how to be still, how to be quiet, how to be calm, and how to concentrate on one thing. Because we did not train our mind. Therefore, it is behaving as a child since our birth up to now. We are like fathers or mothers to our own mind, and our own mind is our child. Can we see all these behaviors of the mind as childish nature? Maybe we hate our mind, we hate our thoughts and feelings. Maybe too, we are too inside of them. With metta, we can be friends to our own mind. My dear mind, I am a friend of you. Feel my true friendliness, please. I do take care of you. My dear mind, I am friend of you. Please feel my true friendliness. I do take care of you. Feel, feel the joy in the heart. The heart is so happy when we are taking care of our body and our mind. Let us feel the happiness within. Let us now share this inner happiness with everybody who is around us. Maybe family members, maybe friends, whomever, who are physically around us in this moment. Let us now share this beautiful inner joy with all of them. May they be happy. May they be able to find their inner happiness. Now we open our hearts to people who are living far away from each other, from us, far away from us physically, but who are always living inside of our heart. Let us now open our hearts, all of them, instead of going to control them or being attached to them. We can send this heart message. We are friends of you. I am a true friend of you. Please accept my true friendliness. May you be happy. May you be happy. Now feel your heart. Feel, feel the beauty of your heart. Feel the beauty of nature with your heart. Now feel your eyes. Slowly and consciously, may you open your eyes now. Dear friends, thank you so much for making a beautiful effort to connect to your heart and connect to your body and connect to your mind. Through them, connect to the entire nature. Thank you very much, dear friends, for your live presence. And now, discussion time. If you need any short break, like 5 minutes break, please take it and return to this discussion in 5 minutes. Thank you.